In today's video, we talk about cardio in the off season and my love of the rock. What's going on, guys? This is Paul Revelia of ProPhysique.com coming to you live. It's Thursday afternoon, putting a video together to get out today right before I head to the gym. I like to take a little bit of time when I get caught up on work to do some of these videos. Respect the shirt. Be careful what you like because you get a lot of it around the holidays. Well, I love me some of The Rock, and this is one of my favorite shirts. For those that aren't familiar, this is the Brahma Bull. If you're not familiar, I'm really disappointed, by the way. Anyway, so let's talk about the new year. It's gonna be here soon, and a lot of exciting things going on. In 2017, the first of which is I will be heading out to Los Angeles for the LA Fit Expo. It is the 7th and 8th. I get there on the 5th, the evening of the 5th. I'm coming with Lane Norton, and we are going to do a meet and greet at some point at some location. Stay tuned for details. If you're not following my Instagram and Lane's Instagram, that's most likely the best resource. Probably I'll also post it on Facebook, whatever. Try to make it as easy for everyone to find. I also got for Christmas, other than rock apparel, I got a Fitbit, but the scale. So the wireless Bluetooth scale that works with your app, with your Fitbit. So I'm going to be setting that up in a couple days and doing a review. And so I'm looking forward to adding that in, possibly to my daily regimen. We'll have to see what I think of it. I'm not a big daily weight type person, but I think, you know, depending on how easy it is to use, might start doing it. For today's video, let's keep it short and sweet. Alyssa asks, in your opinion, how much is too much cardio in the off season and or maintenance phase? Alyssa, thank you for the great question about off-season cardio. Cardio gets a very bad rap. It gets associated with a lot of negatives. And partly because when we're dieting down, we're getting to that place where body fat is low, energy is low, cardio becomes a grind. It becomes such a hassle that when that phase is over, we can't wait to stop doing cardio. But are there benefits? Well, here's the thing. We know there is an interference effect between cardio and strength and performance. But at low levels of cardio, either warming up or cooling down or just being active, I believe there are benefits. One of the first things I noticed when I initially did a contest prep in 2008 was I felt better doing cardio a couple days a week. Prior to that, I used to just go to the gym, crush myself under lots of weights for whatever length of time, an hour or two, go home, eat, go to bed, repeat the next day. What I found when I got into contest prep and I had to do a couple light sessions of cardio a couple days a week, I found that I felt better. Now there were other confounding variables, but I noticed my joints felt better, I recovered better, my mobility, flexibility, all of those things just seemed to be better. And the first time that I did contest prep, I did not associate it with the cardio. I associated it more closely with the fact that I was closely regulating my diet, you know, I was taking care of everything. And only through trial and error did I discover, for me personally, that keeping some cardio in has really benefited me. So to this day, I actually enjoy doing cardio a couple days a week. It might only be 10 minutes, it might only be 5 minutes, it might be 20 minutes. What I like to do is auto-regulate based on how I feel, how my schedule is, and kind of just what's going on in my life. If I'm not super busy and I'm not in a rush to get home, I will, after every workout, just jump on the bike or jump on the elliptical and do 5 or 10 minutes. So what types of cardio should we be doing in the off season? I think a favorite of mine would just be walking. Getting out and moving, burning a few extra calories, being outside in nature, walking down the street, I just find it's a great way to disconnect. Now, for me personally, because I work from home, I'm quite frequently at my desk for hours at a time. I go to the gym and then I come home. So it's nice to get outside when I can and do things like that. Your situation might be differently. The next best option for me would be the bike. I prefer the recumbent bike. I like to sit with my back supported, just pedaling my feet. Now the reason I like this is because there's no impact because of the circular motion of the bike. It also very closely resembles some of the movements we do in the gym. And a bike at such a low impact is not going to have negative impact on your lifting, right? Unless we're doing some type of HIIT cardio or a lot of resistance. The next one I like to do is the elliptical. This one is basically the standing version of the recumbent bike where you are still having zero impact because the elliptical is actually moving in a circular motion, so there's not the impact of walking or jogging. At 41 years of age, I'm not gonna go start jogging. I used to run a lot in my youth, a lot. Like I ran long distance, I ran basketball. So I notice now at this point in my life, I do have some creaky knees, some creaky ankles, and some creaky hips. And so I just try to avoid anything that's going to cause pain in those areas because I don't want it to carry over into my training. But for you, that may be different. I work with clients that really love to jog and actually make distance running, 5Ks, 10Ks, and marathons a part of their training. Now, I explain to them that there can be an interference and there will be an interference effect on your resistance and resistance training and your strength depending on how much of that you're doing. But if we're in the off season and you add a little bit of cardio in, perhaps you can increase your calories, perhaps you notice an improvement in inflammation and recovery. I personally notice the day after I do legs, I like to get in and ride the bike or do the elliptical, and I notice it helps my recovery from my leg training. Get some blood flow to the area, get some oxygen to those muscles, and flush out all those DOMs. Is that just anecdotal on my part? Perhaps, but I am my own best research on myself. So one thing you can do in the off season is try this out. You can see how does it feel to do cardio a couple days a week, perhaps after a training session. Perhaps you do it first thing in the morning when you wake up, just to kind of get you going. Another thing I learned is that late at night, when I have a lot of work to do, and I would typically have some coffee, well, I found that the coffee at midnight would keep me up till 3, 4 in the morning when I only needed to be up till 2. So I'm sitting there staring at the computer screen or the TV or my pillow, wide awake. So this is where some cardio can actually help, because what I've learned to implement, and my friend Lauren is gonna laugh if she watches this video because she thinks it's pretty funny that I do this, but I will actually get up from my desk if I'm kind of yawning and kind of tired. I will actually get up from my desk at midnight and do a 5-minute cardio circuit where I will do a bunch of jumping jacks. I will run in place. I will do some push-ups. I will just stay moving for 5 minutes until my heart rate gets up. I'm a little bit out of breath, and perhaps I break a little bit of a sweat. Now, the reason why I don't do more is because I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to go out to my gym, and I just want to continue working. Well, this helps me keep my mind tight, and it kind of reinvigorates me for the next hour or two. That increased heart rate and blood flow throughout my body, that is just something that anecdotally for me has helped. So, cardio in the off season, a big yes. I'm a big fan of it. I just don't want it to interfere with your strength and your performance depending on the specifics of your goals. If you're trying to be a power lifter and a marathon runner, one of my favorite proverbs is, if you chase 2 rabbits, you catch none. So perhaps just look at how you can benefit. Is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of cardio here or there going to negatively impact you? I don't think so. And if you really enjoy doing it, like I do, if you just enjoy getting up there, the feeling of doing a little bit of cardio, getting your heart rate up and feeling after, if that's something you enjoy, then do it. You should do what you enjoy. Yes, it might not be the most optimal thing. People might think you're a little bit crazy, but whatever. This is your life. Try it out, see how it goes. Hell, worst case scenario, you get to eat a little bit more food because you're burning a few more calories. That's gonna be it for me today. I'm just gonna answer the one question. I gotta get back to work. got some things in the cooker, in the frying pan for 2017, and I've got some stuff to do today. Got to get to the gym, all that nonsense, get some plans out. I really appreciate you guys following along. I have a really cool video idea I'm going to do. I don't know, it's probably gonna be Monday because I'm gonna have to put a little work into getting some materials for it for Monday. I don't wanna give it away, but it's gonna be a good video. It's going to be, the topic is going to be related to bodybuilding and fitness, of course, but this is more specific to, if you watched yesterday's video, it's kind of related to the whole training versus kitchen versus genetics argument, but it's going to be a very cool, well thought out video, so that'll be Monday. Tomorrow I'll probably answer another question. As always, comments below if you have any questions, and if you're a big fan of The Rock, why don't you give me a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe, always appreciate that. And if you're not a fan of The Rock, it doesn't matter what you think! Yeah, terrible Rock impression. All right, guys, have a good day.